afternoon. My name is Tiffany Williams, and for my research project, I'm doing it on leadership and delegation. When we think of leadership, thoughts of courage, resiliency, boldness, and determination come to mind. We think of the man confidently in charge, steering the ship and leading the men. What we often do not think of is delegation. The ability to wisely and effectively delegate is a quality far more quiet than others, and yet one of the most crucial to a leader's success. Whether you're a manager at work, owner of your own business, officer in the military, or simply working on a school project, effective delegation is one of the keys to achieving your goals. A person who insists on maintaining all control and authority is insecure and actually fails to even meet the definition of a leader. A leader is an executive, someone who manages time, resources, and people. A leader does not do everything himself, rather he marshals all of these elements on the pathway to success. Why is delegation important? Delegating frees you up to tackle the truly important aspects of your mission, business, or project. Too many leaders, believing only they are able to do things just right, insist on being involved in every single detail of their missions. They believe that this ultra hands-on approach is good for business because they're making sure everything gets done just so. But a leader should be in charge of the overall direction of a team. He is the one looking ahead, steering the course, and making needed corrections to avoid getting off track. But buried in the small details, a person will lose the big picture and fail to see that the mission is falling apart until it is too late. A good leader isn't a slave to detail. He uses his valuable time to tackle what's truly important. This leads to great success for him and his organization. Delegating increases the morale, confidence, and productivity of subordinates. A boss that takes over his subordinates' responsibilities, constantly looks over their shoulder, and sticks his nose in their every doing, creates very dissatisfied people. They feel like their leader has no confidence in them. Conversely, bosses that give important responsibilities to their employees, along with the freedom to complete the task their way, builds his employees' innovation, morale, and satisfaction. It is crucial for a leader to show those under him that he trusts them. There are those who seem to think a proof of executive ability is to be fussing around all the while. Not so. The real leader flutters not. He knows how to delegate work. He is the one who directs and therefore seems least busy of all. Delegating saves you time. Not only does delegating allow you to concentrate on more important matters, it simply gives you more time in general. Some leaders don't believe this. Why bother spending all that time training someone to do something that I can do myself with less trouble? But while it's true that training someone will involve more time in a short time, it's an investment in the future that will pay compound interest. Feed a man to fish, feed him for the day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime applies here. You can spend 20 minutes every day doing something your secretary should be doing, and thus spend 86 hours doing that task during the next 5 years. Or you can spend 3 hours one day training your secretary to do it and not have to spend any time on it ever again. And what's the point of working your butt off to get to the top if you're not going to just be as busy and hurried as you were as a grunt? Andrew Carnegie was a man who knew how to hustle to get what he wanted. But once he found success, he became a master delegator. To a friend who told him that he got to work at 7 in the morning, he said, "You must be a lazy man if it takes you 10 hours to do a day's work. What I do is get good men, and I never give them orders. My directions do not go beyond suggestions. Here in the morning, I get reports from them. Within an hour, I have disposed of everything, sent out all my suggestions, the day's work done, and I'm ready to go out and enjoy myself." So, on thoughts on leadership, delegation, a leader is very important, and the importance of delegation. I've gone over those 4 topics, and the consistent standards are leaders who complain. There are leaders that complain who their subordinates have the ability to tackle responsibilities competently are sometimes to blame themselves. They have not given their people clear guidance on what is expected of them. These leaders do not know themselves what they want and yet are angry when the result of a subordinate's work is not up to par. They know what they don't like but can't articulate what they do want. And then to touch on something I've learned during this project, in an article that I found online called All Things Workplace by Steve Rossler. These are also good thoughts to keep in mind for those managers who may in the future need to delegate tasks. It discusses the latest trend in delegation in regards to even though a manager may delegate, that they're still in it together and very much so a part of the team. One of the joys experienced by a new manager is having an array of people to call on to get it done. One of the challenges experienced by a new manager is having an array of people to call on to get it done. I can't think of a role that's more challenging than managing on any kind of level. One of the traps, though, is a mistaken sense of what delegation is all about. It's the successful manager's job to help people perform and to invest in them, not to use them. In this next scene, I will show how a manager in the workplace does not know how to properly delegate. Good morning, Tire Centers. This is Tiffany. How may I help you?
I need some tires right away. Can you see if you have some Michelins, please?
Sure. What tire size?
245, 50, 18s.
Okay. And is this Coggin Pontiac? Okay. Hang on. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's see if we have any of those in stock. Yes, it looks like we have 4. I'm sorry. Can you hang on 1 second for me? Thanks. Good morning, Tire Centers. This is Tiffany. How may I help you? Hey, how are you? Yeah, can you hang on 1 second for me? I've got one more on hold. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Tire Centers. Can you please hold? Okay, thank you. All this work to do. Can somebody help me, please? In this next take, we will be portraying how leaders should delegate. Good morning, Tire Centers. This is Tiffany. How may I help you? Hey, Brenda. How are you? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Yeah, just trying to get caught up on some of these invoices, putting them in order. Can you hang on 1 second for me? I'll be right back with you. Thanks. Good morning, Tire Centers. This is Tiffany. How may I help you? Hey. I've got one more on hold. I'll be right back with you. Hang on 1 second, okay? Thanks. Good morning, Tire Centers. This is Tiffany. Can you please hold? Thank you. Robert, David, can you grab lines 1 and 2 for me, please? Thank you. Hey, Paula, can you grab line 3 for me? And then just any time today, no rush. Will you put these in order for me?
I sure will.
Thank you so much. During this presentation, I have gone over my research paper on what it takes to be a leader and delegate. I've gone over thoughts on leadership, what delegation is, what a leader is, the importance of delegating, consistent standards, and also what I learned. Then we also did a quick skit on the improper ways to delegate work in the workplace and proper ways to delegate as a leader. Thank you for your time.